Hello whiskey lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. The sun is out, so that means I will be trying another one of my favorite Lowlander, Auchentoshan. Now the one I will be trying today is a very special one in the fact that it is bottled by Master of Malt. I'm sure you've heard of Master of Malt. They have an excellent award-winning website, even though they don't ship to Belgium nowadays because of Brexit. But anyway, they've got this whole range of whiskies and other spirits as well. They also have a couple of sub-brands like, for example, that boutique whiskey company. That's theirs. But there's also Darkness. Darkness has an ominous ring to it, but it's actually malts that have been finished on bespoke created small sherry octaves. 65 liters casks approximately, in which they finish this whiskey for about 3 months, giving it an extra deep complexity because of the contact between the spirit and the wood, obviously, and hence the name Darkness, because the sherry cask will give an extra shade of darkness to the malt. And the one I'm trying today is an Auchentoshan, like I said, and the special thing about this Auchentoshan is the fact that this is 26 years old. Before, well, so the first 26 years it was matured on a bourbon cask, and then afterwards 3 months, more than 3 months on a sherry cask, on a small sherry cask. Now I have to add that this is bottled in 50 centiliter bottles, so half a liter only. I'm just going to put this down on the floor because otherwise I fear that the wind might sweep it away. 26 years old, 3 months on a sherry octave, Darkness, and it says that subtlety, poise and elegance have no place here. Ooh, that sounds as ominous as the name Darkness. Let's give this one a go. This is bottled at 40.2% ABV. There we go. The color, like I said, is from the sherry cask, even though it's not as dark as I imagined. This is a full golden. But then perhaps after 26 years in a bourbon cask, the Auchentoshan was still quite light colored. It does not give any information about the previous cask. So it might have been a refill bourbon cask, so hey. But 3 months on a sherry octave have given this a full color, golden color here in my glass. Sticks to the glass, which means it's probably going to be quite oily. That's good. Let's give this one a go. The Auchentoshan 26 years old Darkness at 40.2% from Master of Malt on the nose. Well, the delicate DNA from Auchentoshan, that triple distilled DNA, is there on the nose, but it is completely overpowered by, well, wood, caramelized wood. You know, when you toast or char oak, it becomes black and a bit sweet caramelized. That's what I'm getting on the nose here. And then some very clear notes of gooseberry and black grapes. I get some poached pears and some oranges, but also a lot of walnuts. But if I'm completely honest, it's a lot less dark than I would have expected. Well, who knows, maybe on the palate. It does have a good body, like I said. It sticks to your teeth. But where is the fruit? I do get the walnuts. It is sweet and sour at the same time, so maybe some grapefruit now, but gooseberries, yes. Walnuts again. But it's slightly bitter. Maybe too much tannins in there. It's a bit drying as well. The wood clearly dominates, and towards the end I get the impression of tea that has been forgotten, and you go back to that cup of tea after an hour and sip it. It's a bit astringent. Sorry, that's just the way it is on the finish. Medium long. Now I get a bit of plum liqueur. And again, a lot of wood, and I'll be honest, too much wood to my liking. This is very tannic and very drying towards the end, so I can understand that Master of Malt wanted to create a special finish on the sherry octaves, and they've got a whole range of malts that, with with which they've done that, but to be completely honest, with this Auchentoshan, the wood just dominated the spirit, and maybe that's because Auchentoshan is that delicate triple distilled spirit and could not withstand the power of that heavily charred bespoke small 65 liter octave. And there you have it. And another thing, this will set you back in Belgium around 100 euros for 50 centiliters. In my opinion, too much for what you get, even though it's 26 years old. But in my opinion, I expect a 26 years old Auchentoshan to perform better, to show more fruit and more delicacy than this one does. So here, the influence of the octave cask, in my opinion, was way too much. Especially considering the fact that you pay 100 euros for it in Belgium, and I've seen that abroad, it's almost double that, so crazy. It's very hard to recommend this one, even though it's Auchentoshan, even though it's 26 years old. This one, for me, is a bit of a letdown. Oh well, I will be able to finish it, no doubt. That's not going to be the problem, but I wouldn't want to buy another bottle. And that's all for this Whisky Rambling, and I hope to see you at one of Mark's Whisky Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you. Bye bye.